Hey, my name is Craig. Today I want to see how students feel about information technology and globalization and how it impacts the entire world. So first I want to give my opinion on how information technology and globalization affects social issues. So I think overall it really accelerates the rate that we deal with and affect social issues inside society. The reason for this is 10 or 20 years ago, it was really hard to have those conversations of my personal persecutions or someone else's personal persecutions because of their race or gender. And the reason for that is it's hard to have a conversation with someone if you're not anonymous. You could lose a friend if you express an offensive viewpoint. And so the online platform provides a way where you can express a view anonymously and connect with people who have the same point of view as you. It also allows this information to spread more rapidly. If I make a blog post on Tumblr, that can reach millions of people compared to if I complain to my friends about my personal issues. Overall, the effect of this is gigantic. A really good example is recently in DC there was a women's rights march, and over the world 5 million women and men marched for women's rights issues, and that wouldn't be possible without information technology. 4 million happened outside of the US, and that is really significant. If those people hadn't had technology, then they wouldn't have even marched, and that means that 20% of the march would have happened, or less. Maybe not, those 1 million people wouldn't even be reached in DC. And so I think the overall effect that it would have is it really allows people who aren't informed to be informed about social issues. Someone who doesn't know about women's rights might see that hashtag trending on Twitter of Yes All Women and learn why is this so popular. And I think that's really the power of information technology, globalization on social issues. So what are 3 ways that you think information technology and globalization has affected careers?
That's a good question. So first, it has made job search more easier. I can say this because earlier you had to take a newspaper, search for postings relevant to you, and apply for the same. You might have been even to mail your CV. But now you can simply go onto the website, apply, learn about the company's mission, values, culture, the way they treat their employees, all within the same day, and send your CV in. And this has saved a lot of time and effort on both the ends of employer and the employee. Secondly, a lot of jobs have been created for the same. As a lot of data is being collected, many jobs such as data scientists have been created. And additionally, it's more easier to reach out to other other stores offshore, such as in China, to create parts more cheaply. As they are known for creating really cheap parts, it's more easy to connect to them now than it was before. And third, if you want to learn a new skill and want to improve your resume, you can simply go onto YouTube and learn new skills and improve yourself for the future.
Perfect. Thanks so much. I think it impacts education.
The information technology has transformed the world of education. The classroom has been brought right to the student's home. This share of knowledge via information technology available today has allowed students all over the world to gain the knowledge and the skills to enhance their lifestyle. The impact of internet on education can be found in homes, students, universities, allowing them to access all the information of humanity, all our knowledge, and improve the rate of learning.
So what would be some examples of that?
So platforms such as Khan Academy, MIT OpenCourseWare, and EDX has democratized education by providing free-to-use service, which leads to decrease in disparity globally. Education is fundamental in understanding human values, and is one of the greatest gifts that we have as human beings. The information technology brings the classroom, students, and teachers onto one platform and improves the ratio between teachers and students. Regardless of gender, race, age, location, language, or any disability, the information technology we have today provides the equal opportunity to education.
Thank you very much. So how do you think it impacts collaboration in science and research?
So information technology has really accelerated the globalization within the field of science and technology. So currently there were countries which were very advanced and developed nations were able to progress scientifically, and this meant that less developed countries weren't able to perform adequate scientific research. Due to the impact of information technology, these countries are now given access to facilities and data, which allows them to decentralize scientific knowledge. Secondly, third world countries are able to access computing facilities and other scientific facilities through the use of information technology, which they wouldn't have had access to in the past. And lastly, collaboration on a global scale is required to solve really tough problems. So for example, the International Space Station or the CERN reactor all of these are really challenging problems which cannot be solved by a single organization or a single country. Information technology through globalization has allowed us to solve really tough problems.
That's a great answer. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. Government and global policies.
So one of the most important things is that technology provides is exposing government policies to the scrutiny of the global community. So this prevents the governments from misinforming their constituents by providing a global platform for everybody in the world to just tell them they're wrong. So this is really exposed and shown in in websites like Reddit, YouTube, Tumblr, and Twitter, where they provide like a safe place for everybody to collaborate and talk about how they can enact social change in their own government. So another really great thing that the internet provides is a place to spread information about social injustice and government wrongdoing, which was like with WikiLeaks and the Panama Papers. It showed that there's corruption going wrong in the world, and it gave a platform for people to talk about it. So another really great thing about the internet and information technology is that the Coney 2012 movement, where in a matter of days, hundreds of millions of people were informed about the issues in Africa and how many people were being impacted by Coney. So this resulted in governments around the world enacting policies trying to help those people. And even Obama went and enacted those policies.
Great. Perfect. That's very helpful. Thank you. How do you think it's affected culture?
Advances in information and technology has allowed people greater access to alternative sources of information, which has led to an increase of non-Western media worldwide. This in turn has exposed culture and ideas otherwise unknown to regular people in the West, which has helped break taboos responsible for discriminating people based on religion, race, or culture.
What do you think the effect has been over worldwide?
Well, one easy effect is nowadays people are easily able to go to Tumblr to explore new languages, cultures, or even interact with people across the world. A quick Google search shows millions of blog posts related to culture.
Do you think there's been any other effects?
Well, another example is YouTube. Specifically, BuzzFeed, a very popular YouTube channel, gathers millions of views a day. They have been actively creating videos that talk about diversity and non-Western cultures. This has led to more representation of minorities in the media, leading to more inclusive environment in the entertainment industry.
That's a great answer.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much. How do you think it affects world conflict?
So I strongly believe that information technology reduces world conflict greatly. So if you look at recent trends, the number of conflicts have gone down recently, greatly between different nations. And also the mortality rate in war has decreased greatly. I believe that one of the main reasons for this is that with advances in the internet and information technology, trade is a lot more easier between different nations. So for example, you could log on to the internet to like an online retailer and buy something from a completely different country, and it gets shipped to you. And when it does, Canada is actually making revenue on it through tax and duties. So basically, if this Canada were to go to war with the country that's manufacturing that product that you just bought, or any two countries were to go to the war, that would like completely eliminate that revenue from tax and duties, right? Which means that trade through information technology actually gives countries an incentive not to go to war with each other, which is why you see like this great decrease in conflicts between different nations.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
You can see from all the interviews that I had with students, they're incredibly passionate about the positive impacts of information technology and globalization on careers, education, research, government censorship, culture, social issues, and world conflict. Really, it's a unanimous decision that it's a positive influence.